Dear viewers, welcome back to Enlight Learners. Have you ever felt that you find it really difficult to speak in English? You may have quite a good amount of vocabulary kit within you, or you may even know lots of grammar rules, yet it becomes a challenge when it comes in speaking English. In this video, I had a conversation with a PhD scholar from Chennai who comes from a Bengali background, and he did his early schooling from Bengali medium school, yet he managed to speak English fluently in just 4 months. This video is going to be a bit lengthy, yet I suggest you to watch the video till the end so that you get some inspiration and tips as in how you can also speak English fluently in less than 4 months. Watch the video till the end, and if you're visiting my channel for the first time, do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get notification for all the latest videos that I upload in the channel. In case you have any questions related to grammar or English, do write me in the comment section. You may also follow me in my Instagram ID and message me so that you get an instant reply. So, hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
A quick introduction, please.
My name is Syed Azam Hussain. Currently, I'm staying in Chennai and I'm pursuing a PhD here in the area of management. Prior to pursuing PhD, I completed my MBA, and I also have a bachelor's degree in English literature. Yeah, that's about me. Yes.
Your name is Syed Azam Hussain.
Yes, Syed Azam Hussain. Yes.
So you have also done your degree in English literature.
Yes. Yes.
In today's scenario, what I see is English has become a very prominent language, and lots of people around social media. What I come across is like every day there are people who seek to learn English. How do you see this? What do you think? Is it really important, or we should promote our own language or some other language?
See, basically, English is a global language. It's a lingua franca. It's a language of business. And if you want to get employed in a good company, or if you want to go abroad, if you're looking for a bright future, you need English language. As far as we are Indians and we have so many regional languages, and everybody can speak at least 2 languages. So there is no harm or problem in speaking your own language. Okay. But also learning the language or reading the literature about your own language. As for example, I am from West Bengal, so I have studied quite a good amount of literature in Bengali. Okay, so this actually strengthens you. So I love a lot of stories, and a lot of novels I've read in Bengali. Okay. So there is no contradiction. Like if you learn your own language, so you don't have to learn English, or if you are learning English, you don't have to know your own language. There is nothing like that. But English is a language of career. English is a language of your higher education. Many things are not available in your own language. For example, if you want to know about computer coding, or if you want to do a lot of if you want to read a lot about science, if you want to read a lot about technology, many books you cannot find your own language. Even if you find it, it may not be high quality. It may be bigger because somebody has already translated into other languages. Okay.
Yeah.
So I also want to add one more thing. There are many countries in the world. A lot of people argue that we should not go for English. We should learn things in our own language. So, for example, Spanish-speaking people, German-speaking people, German is speaking. They all love their own languages. But nowadays the trend has been changing. Even though they love their language and they have studied a lot of their elementary or even their high school education in their own language, but at the same time they have learned English, and they are in their universities, they're focusing in learning English also. So that what I'm trying to say, 10 years before, the trend was not like that. But now many German and Spanish speaking people also coming to the fold of English. So English language is not telling other people or not forcing other people you should learn English or you have to learn English. Okay.
Right.
It is our decisions.
Our choice.
Because, yeah, the job market, the world market, the world economy, everything, most of the things are in English. Okay. So domestically, you can master your own language, but internationally, when things come, many things are English. So yeah.
You mean to say that if you want to come out of your own region, then it's wise to have English as your secondary language?
Yeah, like English in India, we don't have a choice because we at least anybody in India speak one of their language. Like statistically speaking, I did little research on that. Uh,
Okay.
10% of Indian population can speak English fluently, roughly. Okay, approximately.
Okay.
And native, like if you want to say like they only speak English all the time, that kind of people, the percentage is very very small, even not a 1%.
Mm.
Like they speak English home, they speak English outside, everywhere. That kind of people are
Everywhere.
not. So in India, if you want to look in India, there are 10% of people who can speak English fluently, understand English. Okay, they're English speakers. Okay, but at the same time, those people can speak at least one of their own, one of the language, one other language. Like for
Right.
example, Tamil people can speak Tamil as well as English. Telugu people can speak Telugu as well as English. Like that. So at least two languages an Indian can speak, and roughly 10% Indian population speak English language.
Okay. So your early schooling, you must have done it from West Bengal.
Yeah, I did my full up to class 12. Everything I read in Bengali medium, except the English language
Bengali.
subject. There used to be one subject like English language. Other than that, everything I read in Bengali. And I felt one more thing. While I did, after doing my graduation English, then I went to do MBA, and there everything I read also in English, wrote exams in English. I realized that I had a difficulty in understanding science in Bengali language.
Okay.
Later on,
Okay.
when I started learning science, statistics, mathematics, it was very easy for me to understand from English language rather than Bengali language, because many words that translate into Bengali, those words do not exist, and it's difficult to get into. For example, constant in English word, okay, that is very frequently used in statistics, linear regression modeling. That is in Bengali called dhrubo. What is dhrubo? Dhrubo doesn't make any sense to me. All right. So this is one example. Similarly, there may be many words. So what they do when these guys, when these especially science, because history, geography, it doesn't make much difference. History, like that war happened in that year, chronological order, those things, names will not be changed. Yeah, but science, it is. I felt, this is my opinion. I'm not sure whether many people will agree, especially when it comes to the science. I felt understanding English, understanding science in English language is much easier than your own language. If you do not know English, then I cannot say. But if you know English and then you know your own language also, in that case, English would be much easier for understanding. Okay. Another point I want to say here, be clear. One of my teachers in my university, he used to say one thing, that if you know English, you can do everything. Everything, because you read, you can understand, and you can understand anything better, faster than any other people who do not know English, and you can improve your research. You can go ahead than other people. You can do the things in short times. So what he meant to say, if your English is good, half work is done.
Right. I totally agree with this. Now that you were from Bengali medium up to class 12, as you said, you studied in Bengali medium, and now that I see you are very much fluent in English. So how comes this transition?
It's a very good question. As long as I was in West Bengal, I didn't know English much. I mean, I knew English, like I knew what grammar, English grammar, writing. I was a little bit good in writing. Okay. But not in grammar. Like even I wrote something, there could have been mistakes. But I was not fluent speaker, and I was scared of English. Okay. And then what happened after 12th, my result was very poor. I had to move out. I couldn't get a good specialization in West Bengal. Because of that, I had to do my graduation in distance education. So I moved to Delhi. So when I moved to Delhi, and there was a coaching center, I joined and I learned English within 4 months of time, where my friends, they could not learn. So anyway, I'm not saying that I was really good, but anyway, it took only 4 months to me to be fluent in English. And there was a great teacher called Masih sir. I'm really blessed that he taught. And 4 months I was speaking fluently with the foreigners. Another strategy I adopted. After that, because once you become fluent, you get your interest increase. Until you are fluent, you will be scared, you will hate it. But once you become fluent, when you start speaking fluently English, that time
Mhm.
what happens, you start loving English, you start talking English, you start understanding things. Then I started
Mm.
making friends. So that was another strategy. This came from my own mind, that
Mhm.
because now I know English, and I had a great interest with the English speaking people also, like how they feel, what they think,
Okay.
and how, why they are so advanced, these things. So like cultural exchange kind of thing, I made a lot of friends. I made a lot of foreign
Mhm.
friends, I spent good time with them, and through them I learned a lot about their life, their culture, their country. Okay, so it was a great experience I had, and also it helped me in my MBA and further in my PhD. But one more thing I would like to tell the viewers, that although I was fluent in English, but it was speaking part. I didn't put much effort in writing. In
Okay.
PhD, I put a lot of effort in writing, and I learned that is also another skill. So just if somebody wants to master English, that person should also invest quality time in writing also. That will also give a lot of benefits. Also, it will also help in his speaking. Also, at the same time, also understanding a subject, it will help. So this is my small suggestions. So it's good. It is the first step that you start learning. You start speaking English, you become fluent, but at
Mm.
the same time
Mm.
you start writing, and that comes from writing habit.
Okay.
Start writing essays.
Okay.
Okay, we can talk about writing
Basic.
in details
Okay.
later if you, yeah.
Okay. So basically, what you mean to say is listening, speaking, writing. This is how you want to make the chronology.
Yeah, another
Well,
point I want to say, recently I watched some of the videos by Lucy Bella, a British
yes.
YouTuber, very famous. There are now a lot of audio books are available, audibles,
Right.
something like that.
Yeah.
So she
Yeah.
suggested,
Podcast.
yeah,
Podcast.
yeah, she suggested strongly to listen those audio, because even if you read loudly or fluently, even if you read at home, if you read couple of pages or couple of, from your books or newspapers, it wouldn't help you much. But if you
Mm-hmm.
listen to good native English speakers, that would help you more. So this is what. So I think she's telling the right thing. So
Mm-hmm.
listening, and another thing, I had a great interest in movies. So I, even though I was not understanding English of ABCD and anything, I had a great love for movie. Great, I was a fond of movies, especially Hollywood movies, and I used to watch
Mm.
movies. So that time I did
Okay.
not. I enjoyed movies, but now today I'm quite mature in English. I can understand. I can understand a lot of vocabulary, a lot of these slangs also. And when I watch movies nowadays, I enjoy much more. So
Mm.
this is also another thing. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, those were really very important points. And one thing that I still doubt is you said that in 4 months you became very much fluent with English.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
yeah, so I mean, that is really surprising because I come across people who have been struggling for years and years, still they are finding difficult to speak in English. So here, what I feel or what I observe from your conversation is necessity is the mother of invention. And when you feel that yes, you need to learn, you will learn it anyhow, and you will automatically find your ways. Like you said, you have well, once you have developed interest in English, you have started finding out ways how to very quickly understand the English. And in that case, as you said, you happen to interact with people, native speakers, especially from people from America and Canada,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, yeah.
watching
Besides,
movies as well.
yeah, one more thing I just forgot. I just want to add. I forgot to tell you. After learning English and after completing my graduation, I have also worked as an English teacher for about a year and a half with the American people,
Okay,
like with an American company in Delhi.
okay,
So
okay.
that is one thing. And you
So
said the 4 months.
yeah,
Why I was able to learn? Because somebody can learn anything faster in shorter period of time. There is no rocket science. If you have a
hmm,
good instructor, if you have a good teacher,
okay,
and if you
okay,
have the
okay,
proper guidance. Otherwise,
okay,
if the person is not giving you proper guidance, you'll be misled. You will hit this door and that door, and what will happen? You will end up spending a lot of time or wasting a lot of time in something. And sometimes what
right.
happens? People spend a lot of time, say they don't get it, and they lose interest, and they leave it. So that is also sad part of it. So
Very true, very true. At the same time, I think this has to be bilateral. I mean, both the parties should be equally
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
more motivated, and at the same time, both the parties should be equally interested.
Yeah.
And here, the point that you brought into my notice is really very important, because if a guide or the teacher or the mentor is not a person who can teach me, then I will lose the interest that I have. I mean, I'm very much, enthusiastic. I'm very much, passionate about learning English. And if I see that my teacher is not that great, then I will lose hope and I will lose the interest. Well, it was really very nice talking to you.
Yeah, we can talk more about that also regarding fluency.
And I mean, if we keep on talking and talking, this conversation is going to be very lengthy.
Now we
And
can
yes,
start. Yeah.
yeah. So it was really nice talking to you, and I hope that we will again, happen to meet online, and we'll again, come up with this type of ideas and topics, so that our viewers will have idea. As in, it's not a big thing to learn English or to speak English. I mean, if you can learn it in 4 months, why not everyone? It's just that we need to have the interest, and self motivation is very, very important. Thank you once again,
Thank
and it was really nice talking to you.
Yeah, nice talking to you. Thank you very much.
This was all in this video. I hope you really liked the video. If you like the video, do hit the like button, and do not forget to comment and share the video as much as possible. Till we meet in the next video, stay tuned. Thank you.